Leaders in Obongi have come out to demand for better performance and results after a newly constructed block with 2 classrooms was commissioned at Andramare Primary School on Thursday. Similarly, another block with 2 classrooms was commissioned at Aliba Primary School with 10 stances of latrine on Friday. The leaders made the call during commissioning of the projects constructed by Rural Initiative for Community Empowerment, Rise West Nile in partnership with Stromme Foundation, funded by ACO Foundation. Dina Morgan, the country director, Stromme Foundation, challenged the leaders to fight against teenage marriage, but ensure children are retained in school and those who dropped out are returned to school and give them a second chance.
We're here today to commission schools and structures that have been built under the Rising Project. It's such a joy to see what we are doing or what we've been able to do in partnership with the government of Uganda, the district leadership, in partnership with development partners like Rise West Nile and OPM and UNHCR to help us keep our children in school. The vision and mission for Stromme Foundation is to reduce poverty or eradicate poverty. And one of the ways through which we do that is education, providing quality and inclusive education. So we have so many aspects that cover education, but particularly today we're here because we contributed to the construction of classrooms, which helps us to create an environment conducive for our children to be in school. We have a special focus on the girl child because of the special challenges that girl children or girls go through in order to stay in school. So we are hopeful that what we are doing today will not just create an environment for children to stay in school, but encourage them to be in school because they are in an environment that supports learning. We have supported so many schools in Obongi district and Yumbe district and the Rising Project. We have supported over the construction of over 26 classrooms, over 100 latrine stances, and done a lot more with the software, including providing textbooks and materials, training teachers, and training the committees that support learning in schools. So the impact will be great. We believe that we're going to help children stay in school and also enjoy learning in the process of staying in school.
The sustainability plan is to ensure the children engage in Mama and Baba clubs where the parents are fully involved to provide, protect, and ensure the facilities are maintained. Morgan warns parents to desist from marrying off young girls and change their mindset from gaining quick wealth, but patiently invest and educate their girls for better benefit.
Teenage marriage, of course, we have a culture issue where women have grown up to believe or been brought up to believe that they are just supposed to be prepared for marriage and that's it. So to do this, there's got to be a lot of sensitization and awareness right from the grassroots in the communities where the girls come from, so they look at themselves beyond being a marriage material. And one of the ways that we're going to do this, or that we think this can be done, is by presenting role models like myself, role models like the leaders in government, in private organizations that are women that have been able to make it past the issue of marriage. So presenting such role models is important, but continuing to talk to these parents, to talk to these fathers. And even as we talk about the girl child, I believe that it's important to engage or involve the boy child or the men or the Baba clubs that we are talking about. Because if we talk about the pregnancy of a child or early marriage, men are involved in that story. So sensitizing not just the women, but the men, the fathers, the parents, so that they don't, just tag bride price as the only thing that they can get from their girls, but there is much, much more. Just like the RDC has spoken, if you sell your child now for 2 goats, then you cut yourself short from having benefited for the many cows that you would get if the girl was educated or was in a better place in life. So helping them see the bigger picture, helping them see that their girls are beyond just marriage material, that they are much more than that, is important. But this is something that will take time because it's a culture issue. So to change mindset does really take time.
Vincent Opio, the program officer at Rise West Nile, explains the impact of the project with already 3,300 out-of-school children who have returned to school in Obongi district.
This project is called Rising Project. Started in the year 2022. It's a 5-year project that is going up to 2025. Behind me is one of the key component in the project, making sure that we have infrastructures in the school to ensure that the children that enroll back to school are able to have the facilities that they can use when they're in the school. The project is focusing majorly on bringing out-of-school children back to school. We ensure that they stay in school and be able to complete their studies. So some of the challenges that were there at the beginning of the project, among some were the issue of infrastructures in the different schools, classrooms, desks for learners to sit in, and the water and sanitation system within the school. So this is one of the things the project have done to be able to address that gap that was already identified during the project. How we arrived at this school, we did assessment for all the schools within Obongi district, and we selected the most vulnerable schools that were lacking the most needed facility at that time. Those are the schools that we were able to support, and Adramari happened to be one of them. That's why we were able to support them with the classroom blocks and a hand washing facility, a water tank. We have seen a lot of impact in the project already over the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, enrollment within the project period alone, we have enrolled back 3,325 learners who have joined back to school, and we expect to enroll more than that within this year that we are here. And the impact is already seen. The learners are here and they are comfortably learning. The structures are designed to accommodate the different needs of the different learners that we have. We have children with disabilities who are, some are here, and we accommodated their needs when the structures were being made. So we believe by doing that, our school is going to be safe for children not only to come, but to learn comfortably and be able to complete. Yes.
Before, we had 10 classrooms where there was a lot of congestion, especially for infant classes, primary 1 to 3. And after the plan, the Stromme and the Rise West Nile saying that there is really gap in terms of classroom for the school, they brought for us and constructed one classroom block with the 2 rooms. And this has made the learners sitting easy and spacious. Each room has 20 desks, where we now have 40 desks. The learners are sitting very well. The classroom is spacious. Then they like it. Otherwise, we had before enrollment of 123 class 1 learners who are congesting themselves. In one desk you will find that there are 6 learners sitting, but the 3-seater desks were brought. As per now, the learners are sitting 3 on each desk. We have in total 814 learners in the school with 17 teachers, and the deployment was also okay. If calculated, a teacher is to teach around 55 learners, but though the number is a bit great, and when the new building is constructed, we right now have 12 classrooms. The 12th classroom is accommodating all the 814, but we are still in need of some more classrooms because we picked one classroom for teachers' staff room, but not the new building. Before, the teachers have no staff room, but at least when this one came, we are able to. Otherwise, we used to sit outside the class under the tree, and anything, all the teachers will be, you go in your class, then you sit to teach, and your colleague will come. It becomes like a team teaching in the classroom. But right now, it is very good.
Stella Zio is a parent and shares her thoughts on the classroom project and its benefit to the learners.
My name is Stella. I'm from the settlement in Bakwe. So I'm very grateful for Stromme Foundation and Rise West Nile for the great work they have done for us since this school has started there's been only 4 classrooms, but now Stream and Rise International, Nani Rise West Nile, they have now constructed for us this new classroom here, so it's going to encourage even our pupils who are still at home to come in the school, because now we have enough learning space for them. And the classroom also beautifies our compound. Now our compound looks very beautiful.
Patrick Angala, the District Education Officer, Obongi, is impressed with the support which has reduced the congestion in classrooms, and this, according to him, will improve on performance, asking parents to embrace the school feeding program introduced in the project.
Our dear parents, without food, there is no performance. Performance begins with the meals. I hope somebody is going to translate to our parents. So what the head teacher has just done, and the staff through Stromme and Rise West Nile, let us pick it up and ensure that our pupils, when they come to school, they have some meals. P7 and P6, am I making a point here? Yeah. Do you love food? Yeah. Everybody, including me. Yeah. I would also love to appreciate the textbooks and learning materials you have used to support Andramare. The district lacks the capacity to create a good pupil textbook ratio of 1:2. But with support from Stromme Foundation, Rise West Nile, I'm so appreciative that you gave textbooks to Andramare and all other model schools you are supporting. Dear parents and management of Sub-County LC3, this organization is doing a lot of work in other sub-counties as well. When I sat down to look at the level of contribution done for us in terms of classroom, before the 2 classrooms were constructed, the pupil classroom ratio of Andramare was 1:81. Nationally, standard, it should be 1:53. But after adding 2 classrooms to the 10, we now have 12 classrooms. The pupil classroom ratio has now improved slightly to 1:67. Can we clap for Stromme Foundation and Rise West Nile? We are close to 1:53, isn't it? The standard is 1:53. I would calculate the same for desks, but the truth is there's been improvement in the quality of education.
Hasakam Pimbaza, the resident district commissioner, Obongi, appeals to parents to send their children to school and ensure the girl child is supported to complete her education for a better future.
I want to thank Stromme Foundation for joining the cause of the NRM government of fighting poverty and promoting education. Education is very important and is the only thing you can give to your child, especially to our children, but more emphasis on the girl child. You know, when you are educated, you become like a royal. You can even be like a king or a queen. Gone are the days when we would say women go to the kitchen, girls don't go to school. And I want to appeal to you, the parents, that take your children to school. And let us protect our children, the girls. Let's take them to school and make sure they remain at school, get educated up to when they complete education.
Overall, 26 classrooms have been constructed with 100 latrine stances in the 2 districts of Obongi and Yumbe. According to Hannington Kumakets, the education specialist at Stromme Foundation, the Rising Project target is to see over 31,000 out-of-school children return to school, with already over 14,000 who have returned to school in the 2 districts. Other components of the project include providing textbooks, forming of Baba and Mama clubs, training girls and boys to make reusable pads, school feeding program, among others.
Rising project started in 2022 in January when we started this project. And the schools that we are working in the 2 districts, we are working in 128 schools. Out of the 128 schools, 32 schools are model schools. The rest of the schools are partners. In Obongi districts, we have 28 schools and 7 of them are model schools. In Yumbe districts, we have 100 schools and 25 of them are model schools. So this project is meant to benefit the refugees and the host community. And the target for the project is to ensure that in 4 years, we enroll 100,000 children who are not in schools. But this is not only for Stromme Foundation. Stromme Foundation is working in consortium with Plan Uganda International. So Stromme Foundation works in 2 districts, but Plan Uganda International is working in 7 other districts, in northern Uganda and in eastern Uganda. So for Stromme Foundation, for the last 2 years, we have ensured that we enrolled, actually the target for Stromme Foundation is 31,474 pupils who are out of school that should be enrolled back to school. As I talk now, the project has enrolled over 14,000 out of school children back to school, and we are still striving to ensure that we hit the targets by the time the project comes to an end.
In October 2022, the 2 districts of Obongi and Yumbe held an inception meeting where they are benefiting from a 4-year project of shillings 8 billion aimed at tracing and returning out of school children to resume learning, with a target of 100,000 from both the refugee and host communities. Of these, 28 schools will benefit from Obongi and 100 from Yumbe district, with focus on 60% girls. Report compiled by Robert Ariaka for the news.